on the Spot. How are y'all doing tonight? Austin, Texas. Good to be back at the Moontower Comedy Festival. By round of applause, who has never seen Stand Up on the Spot before? All right, here we go. We, the comedians, are coming up here with no prepared material. We're asking you guys, the audience, for suggestions. We're going to create Stand Up on the Spot based off of what you yell out. So this could go really well or really poorly. But it's going to be amazing. I have some of my favorite comics in the world here in Austin, Texas for you here tonight. So everybody's going to kill it. We're going to have a great time. What do you say, guys, huh? All righty, let's kick it off with some suggestions. What do we got? Start yelling them out. Road trip. Road trip and Bible camp. Okay, those are a couple good ones so far. Let me, I'll start with road trip. I think one thing that women will never, unfortunately, get to feel is the sensation of peeing in a car while it's moving. Do you know the luxury of that as a man? To just be able to, like, I can't wait anymore. Like, and just like be like, okay, like, here's a bottle. We're gonna make this happen, right? Like recently, I thought ahead. I was like, just in case I need to pee really badly on this road trip, I'm gonna buy one of those Simply orange juice jugs. Because I knew, I was thinking ahead of time, I was like, yo, I can fit my whole penis in there. Like maybe even on a bad day, balls included. Just put the whole thing and just feel good about myself. Just like, right? Ladies, it is a wonderful sensation. I don't even know how to describe it to you. Like when you're needing to go so badly and then your body, because your body will stop you. I don't know if you've ever tried to forcibly pee your pants or poop your pants like I have. Your body, even at the last minute when you're pushing, it's like, seriously, bro? We're not doing this. And you're like, yes, we are. Come on. And I'm just like putting everything into this Simply orange bottle. I'm like, it feels good. But I thought ahead on this road trip. That is a guy who is in his mid-30s who has thought ahead. You know what I'm saying? What I did as a teenager was I needed to pee in a bottle, but it was one of those much smaller openings, right? So what happened was I put my penis into this bottle, but the problem was I could only fit my urethra into the bottle. So for the first 3 seconds, I'm killing the game. It's going right down, but it was too much pee. And the pressure built up inside of the bottle, and it literally goes, my penis exploded. It goes, I start pissing all over my face, and on the roof of the Honda Accord of my friend that was driving, he's like, what was that sound? I'm like, nothing. My penis just exploded in a Honda, and I'm trying to push it back down and like pinch it off, and there's pee all over the roofing on the lining of his car. And I was like, yeah, I think it's time that we stop. I had already asked him to stop, and like that's on him, you know what I mean? I'm like, I really gotta go. He's like, we're not stopping, go in the bottle. I'm like, it was one of those little water bottles with the tiny openings. I'm like, how successful are you setting me up to be here? Not very much. So, I feel like I did pretty good with that road trip suggestion. Next suggestion, what do we got? First date. You been on many first dates? No. You're like, yo, it's bros night, what's up? Let's do it. First date, man. I have not gone on many first dates because the only woman who I've had sex with is my wife. You know what I'm saying? So that's not many. A woman in the front, God bless, thank you. Welcome to there are not enough good men out here anymore. Just one woman? She's hitting her man. Really, just one, this guy, the guy with the microphone. He can do it, it was just one. You with your willy-dilly Nick. Just scraping things up against it in the house. That's what, like, it's weird. Like, one thing though, because I've only slept with one woman, I don't know if this is other guys' thing or if it's just me. I just rest my penis on random things around the house. You know what I mean? Like, it gives me comfort. Like I'll eat a bowl of cereal. Like, some people eat standing up, and I'm just like, ugh. I have to put my penis up against the counter just to, you know, counterbalance what's going on down there. It's a demon. Next suggestion, what do we got? Taxes and what else? Unhappy flight attendants? That's so specific. It sounds like you're working through some stuff. You don't appreciate working on these airlines. It just lifted the mask restrictions, you know what I mean? Unhappy flight attendants, what was the other one? Just Texas in general. Okay, cool. I did the most Texas thing the last time I was here for Moontower is I chugged a couple pints of barbecue sauce. Ooh. One of the sickest I've gotten immediately, but as soon as I threw up, I looked in the mirror and I had a cowboy hat in the reflection of the mirror. I was like, what's happening? Like, I had a full I was a man all of a sudden. I looked in the reflection of the mirror, I was spitting into a dip cup, I was like, it was great. Let's grab another suggestion. What do we got? Beef jerky. Let's get off this man train. What else we got here? This guy pisses in bottles, Texas beef jerky. We get it. He's got a Gucci's rocking. It's hard. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Piercings. Do you have any piercings, miss? You do? Your eyebrow? Nice. What is it like? Which piercing would you guys say is the trashiest out of all of them? What layer? Like, because ears are normal. Eyebrow. You say nipples is the trashiest one? Men and women. Anytime a dude has nipples pierced, what are you doing with your life? Especially if you took your daughter and got them pierced at the same Claire's that she did. Like, hey, she's already got the gun going, keep it going, all right? I'm getting these nips pierced. Bonnaroo is coming up anytime now. Right? Going outside, I want to sun these nips and I want people to see the reflection in the distance. That's what I want. Let's grab one last suggestion. That's so weird that you said suppository. 2 days ago, I got a finger up my butt for the first time in my life. These guys are clapping. It was at a doctor's office. It wasn't fun. These are like, hell yeah, that's how we do it in Texas, but we don't tell anybody about it. The stinky pinky, that's what we do. The tip of Texas, that's what we call it. It was a fright. I felt like the least manly I've ever felt in my life, though. Like, when it actually happened, because, you know, you have to go forward like this, and like, they don't really give you any prep. She's just like, take a deep breath, because, like, she could tell that my butthole was quivering, like, back there. It was just, like, shaking like a leaf outside. And then she did it, and I really was like, like water formed in the tear ducts of my eyes. And I felt like I was like one of those, like, you know, Doctor Strange when he hits somebody and then they go outside of their body. Like, I didn't know if I was ever going to reattach myself to my body. I thought I was going to be in that limbo where I was just looking at this nurse fingering me for the rest of my life. Guys, that's how the show goes. Are you guys ready? You ready to kick this thing off? This next comedian that I'm bringing to the stage, I absolutely love this next comedian. One of my best friends, and I love doing sketches with him. I love doing podcasts with him. He's got multiple amazing specials that you can watch for free on YouTube. Please welcome my brother, Josh Wolf, to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Hey, man. One more time for Jeremiah, everybody. One more time. Long night of mushrooms last night, everybody, so you know what I'm talking about. That's right. I think I'm just supposed to, hey, how you doing, Indiana Jones? Good to see you. I'm supposed to just say suggestions, right? No, go ahead. What was yours? Public transit? Okay. You looking to catch a disease, or? Yo, I will tell you something. Like, I grew up in a town that had free public transportation. And if you are into people watching, free public transportation is your fucking spot. Can I tell you? Okay. So there was this, I remember I was probably 12. And I grew up in Amherst, Massachusetts. They had free public transportation, right? And this woman gets on with a bag. Just about like and about midway in, like it's like a 20-minute bus ride, she pulls out a cat. And she was like, I'm giving away cats. And anyone want a cat? And it was like a busload full of people. And we were like, no. Fucking good on the cat. Puts the cat back in, takes out a puppy. I'm like, what the fuck is about to happen right now? She had 4 different animals. She had a cat, she had a dog, she had a lizard, and she had a tiny little bird, a tiny little one, in something that I would think used to be what you would carry a cupcake in. Do you know, like one of those little fucking things? She was like, what about the bird? I'm like, that motherfucker is gonna be dead soon. There's no holes in that. All right, what else you got?
Power holes.
Power tools? What did you say?
Birth control.
Birth control. Don't know anything about that. Birth control, the other word for that is anal, right? Can I tell you, I am, I want to tell you the truth, guys. Not too many people know this. I'm a grandfather. I have 4 grandkids. And my oldest son has all 4 kids. And I had that conversation with him. I go, hey, dude, you need me to buy you cable, or you know there's other things to do besides, there's lots of other holes, you know, anal, you can pull out, you can fucking play chess, but I don't know why you gotta hit the honey hole every fucking time, dude. Hey, you know what he said to me? He goes, yeah, but she said, you know, she was on the pill. This was so funny. He goes, she said she was on the pill, but it says right on the back of the box, it's only 99%. And I go, yeah, but it's a lot less when she doesn't take it. Your percentages drop precipitously when she decides not to take it, you know. What else? What else we got? By the way, this row of all you dudes scrunched in together, and you're a big dude, man, but you're sitting sideways like. I can't stop looking. This whole row is like, get the fuck out of here. What is going on right now? Yeah, there's other seats, yeah, but if it's still legal, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Hi. What else we got? Tequila? Yeah, okay. So I do love some tequila. I don't drink anymore. I make my bad life decisions when I drink. You might be here with one of yours tonight. But the last time I drank tequila, dude, okay, I ended up on a beach. About 4 in the morning, maybe 5 in the morning, sun's coming up, and there's just so much I know I'm gonna projectile. Because tequila is a projectile. There's no soft vomit on tequila. It's not like, oh, you know what I mean? It's, like, you know. So I was like, okay, I gotta throw up. And right when I was like, oh, I gotta throw up, I was like, oh no, I gotta shit too. So I'm not kidding, I dug 2 holes. And I threw up in this one while I watched poop come out in this one into the holes, and then I just covered them up and I walked away like a gentleman, because that's what I am. Yeah, man, I didn't want to make a big thing about it. I was like, look, this is how professionals do it. Get your shit together, everybody. All right. I do like tequila also, because tequila to me is a very, just for me anyways, it's a very happy drunk. What else we got? Mushrooms. Florida? Mushrooms? I got more in my bag, man. I'm taking some, but I will tell you, I love mushrooms. And by the way, Florida and mushrooms, I like taking mushrooms in Florida and going to Disney World. Oh my fucking God. Go take a picture with Mickey Mouse when you're tripping. And when that voice comes and it's like a real human voice, you're like, get the fuck out of here with that, okay? You're like a human being in there. I did freak out once on a ride at Disney taking mushrooms. At Disneyland though, in Anaheim. And I was freaking out. It was on the Space Mountain. It's dark in Space Mountain for these of you guys. So I was freaking out. And then I was like, oh my God, I started doing that, oh my God. And then I feel this tiny hand of like an 8-year-old kid behind me sitting, and he starts caressing my shoulder. It's okay. And I was like, That's oddly comforting, but thank you so much. What else? Anybody else? What else?
Snow.
Huh?
Snow. Like winter snow?
Snow?
Yeah.
That is a real boring suggestion. I will tell you that I used to live in Massachusetts, and I moved out of. I remember the last time anybody grew up in cold weather?
Yeah.
So you know one thing we used to do, by the way? So you know how people would wake up in the morning and warm up their cars and let the windshields defrost? Well, so my friends and I in the neighborhood, we would get up early, and when people would leave their car running, we would move their car and park it in somebody else's driveway, and then so you would come out and somebody else's car was warming up in your driveway. And your car was down the street, and neighbors would be like, what the fuck is going on? And I told my dad about it, like it was the funniest thing. I'm like, we've been moving the cars, and we're the fucking... And he goes, you know, that's Grand Theft Auto. I go, no, it's not. We didn't steal it. And he was like, you didn't? And I was like, no, we just moved it down the street. He was like, was it your car? I said, no. And he was like, that's Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that's how you go to jail. But I remember the last time I had to scrape my dad's windshield. That's why I moved. Scraping windshields. I was like, this is the last fucking time I ever do this fucking chore. My brothers also, I was the youngest of 4 boys. And my dad used to always make me scrape the windshield. And my brothers used to always lock me out of the house. And so, did anybody grow up with the youngest of a big family?
Yeah.
That'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
How many siblings?
Just one.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Was he a torturer?
She.
She?
5 years older. Kicked my ass every day.
Did she ever do that thing where my brother used to, so when I get scared so much as a kid that if you scare me now, I'm 100% chance gonna jazz hands. And not only am I gonna jazz hand, I'm gonna make this noise. Ah! Right? My oldest brother figured out that when he punched me in the chest, I made this noise. So he would scare me, ah! And then he hit me in the chest and I'd go, oh. So I'd go, ah! And he was always like, you sound like a donkey. Oh. What an asshole. All right, anybody else? Jeremiah, we good? Come on up here with me, everybody. Jeremiah.
Guys, give it go for Josh Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. I like those, man.
I know.
Look at that.
I know, right? Some Josh Wolf kicks.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna take some suggestions together and see what we can come up with. So, what do we got?
Shoes.
What was this over here?
Shoes.
He just said shoes. Oh, by the way, you guys can yell out more than one suggestion, so we have some options, just so we're not just like, oh no, we got to do shoes.
I guess I
now.
got to talk about snow.
Strippers?
Okay.
Strippers, cocaine. I like this section of the crowd.
Yeah, fucking. I just want to know where you guys are going to be later. That's
Right?
Can I tell you my favorite stripper story? So Jacob used to go to the Jew school. I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't call it that. He used to go to Temple Israel in Hollywood.
The pamphlet just says Jew school
Yeah,
on
by
the
the way,
front. That's
they
weird.
hated me because I was like, this Jew school's great. And they were like, stop it. I'm like, I'm Jewish. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
But you don't look Jewish enough, so people are like, man,
Yeah.
they're like, you're looking a little hipster to be Jewish right now.
So the Seventh Veil, which is where they filmed Girls, Motley Crue's, is right near the Jew school. And so I used to show up to pick up Jacob, and there were some dads that would always show up together. And I was like, why do you guys always show up together? And they were like, yeah, they said, this is what they said, well, we always show up here a little early. And instead of waiting in the parking lot, I don't want to waste my, we just go down to the Seventh Veil for a couple minutes. I'm like, okay. And they were like, they said, have you ever been and seen the daytime strippers at Seventh Veil? And I was like, no. And they were like, you got to come down. So, by the way, a daytime stripper and a nighttime stripper is like bullet holes. That's the difference.
Well,
so,
I think you gotta have at least a limp to work the day shift.
Dude, so the woman comes out, right? And it's like, now coming to the stage, whatever, cinnamon. And she starts to walk out, and we're all up on Sniffer's Row, right where you guys are. And,
Oh, that's so gross.
am I the only one who's called it Sniffer's Row? Sorry.
I think Jew school and Sniffers Row
Yeah.
is all you, bro. I think that's all you as far as like coining terms and stuff like that. That's a Josh Wolf original right there.
So we're up here, right here, and we're all like, okay. And she's walking out, and then we see her go like this. Oh, no, baby. Mommy needs to work. And she ran back. Her kid was following her out on stage. Oh, dude, I was just like, tip this woman right now. Everybody tip this woman everything you fucking got.
Looks like Trixie has a +1 with her tonight.
But I didn't know strip houses, like they had take your kids to work day, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a different one. That's a different one
Yeah.
right there. Let's get one more suggestion real quick. Goats and microdosing. I know you're a guy who, likes
Fucks
to
goats?
part. Yeah, dude. That's what I call microdosing. Just the tip, baby. Just the tip and then go, baby.
Yeah, here's my microdose right here.
Yeah, dude. We should.
Did I just say that I had a small dick? Did I do that myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Microdosing in goats, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, I have macrodosed and gone to the zoo, and that's a good fucking time right there.
There you go.
Oh, dude, you'll look at that giraffe completely differently, like, what is going on?
You're like, man, that giraffe can fit a lot in that neck.
Have you ever seen two giraffes fight?
Oh, it's awesome.
What the fuck? Yeah, and their necks go
Yeah.
bang.
Yep.
Have you all ever seen that? Look, the two animal things you need to watch.
Yeah.
Giraffes fighting and turtles fucking. Have you heard the noise?
Oh, dude.
It moves so yeah. It happens so slow and it just goes Yeah, that is the best. Turtles fucking is my favorite.
Well, yeah, we got to microdose and look at turtles having sex.
Yeah,
soon.
but Turtles fucking, they're playing at Coachella this weekend too. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check them out. Guys, get over Josh Wolf, ladies
See
and
you,
gentlemen. All right, guys. This next comedian coming to the stage is coming in hot from New York. I have some of my favorite memories on stage with this next comic. He tours the world with Dave Chappelle. Please welcome my brother, Cipha Sounds, to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Yes.
Thank you. I'm very famous in New York. Thank you. My name's hard to remember, so you gotta keep one, fuckface. Jesus, thank you. My name's hard to remember, so I made little cards. Before I get a suggestion, is it me or... I don't want this, is gross. Is it me or does it like Jeremiah Watkins sounds like one of those southern preachers and shit? You know what I mean? But like, you ever seen like those mobile churches that like travel around like a circus, but it's like, this looks like a mobile church in like Shreveport, Louisiana or some shit. Like you can easily change it to just Christ on the spot with Jeremiah Watkins. All right, suggestions, let's go. Who wants it? It's Hot 97, no. Spit it out, what? Homeless? Oh, fuck yeah. The homeless people out here? Are y'all, anybody from here? Are you guys from here? You gotta get a hold of this situation. You guys are so fucking liberal, you won't handle it because you're like, they're humans too. Get them out of here. Move 'em. You ever heard of Giuliani? Remember? Okay, you know Giuliani as the guy who was hanging out with Trump and his fucking hair started bleeding, whatever. Giuliani was the mayor of New York City in the early 90s. And in the 80s, going into the 90s, New York was fucked up. Homeless people, crack, drugs, everything. And Giuliani came in and just cleaned this shit up. And no one knows how, but it was bad. He literally got all cops to just push homeless people into the subway tunnels. Like, there was like some subway tunnels are like the old ones, like from the 30s. Like, no one uses these anymore. And just pushed them in there. And there's this whole fucking world. They're called mole people. And there's this whole world. They have government. They're homeless. They're under the ground, but they have government. There's a leader. And they came out during COVID. And I would love a Giuliani comeback right now. He's gotta, get him out of here. Fuck these tents. I'm usually a nice person, but I'm angry right now. Anything else? Suggestions? Who's got it? What was that? LeBron James? I don't know anything about sports. I guess it's LeBron James, he's a basketball player. He's from Ohio. I don't know anything about sports. I thought WNBA was basketball for white people. I swear to God. I never, I was like, oh, they let white people play too, that's nice. I saw something on LeBron James recently, they said no one fears him. Like they feared Jordan, right? That's why he's not the best that there ever was. Like he has all these records, and of course he's like all like built and like the most perfect athlete, but no one fears him, and that's weird. That's like the mafia shit. Like, would you rather be feared or respected? And he's respected, obviously, but everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not scared of you. Who else? Marriage? Oh, antiquated system. Who wants it? Married? Do we need it anymore? It's weird, right? I mean, in America, a guy getting married is like gambling. You're like, man, I'm about to risk half my shit on this bitch, yo. Half? You gonna risk half your shit that you're never gonna put your pee-pee in another poo-poo again? Are you married? How long?
34 years.
34 years? Oh, that's from the old days. That's crazy. How old are you? You look young as shit.
I got married when I was 12.
Married when you were 12. We got the jokes up here, bitch. You relax, okay? Suggestions? Don't shoot me from the side. I'm fat. Oh my God. Get a dead-on angle. Get me right here. Suggest? Huh? Smartwatches? Oh, I did 10,000 steps already. I actually did like 6 miles, but I don't know. They're not, they suck, right? Are they weird, smart? Are they really smart? Like what is, like this is all just, like, you know what I hate? This is Texas, so you guys don't, there was a thing called COVID that we had in other states. You guys don't give a shit, but like it's so weird that these like white fucking Republican like rednecks hate the vaccine and they're all against COVID, and then like just fucking dudes in the hood also hate the vaccine. So now are these guys friends? Like, do they link up on like, hey, we kind of got the same views on shit? Yo, I know dudes in the hood, they're like, yo, son, I ain't getting that vaccine shit. I ain't getting the vaccine. They putting a microchip in it and they tracking you. I'm like, why? First of all, why would they track you? Also, how do you even know that? They're like, nah, I looked it up on my phone, on Google. Your phone is tracking you, fuckface. The phone is tracking you. You're like, oh, I'm not getting a microchip. Hold on, let me turn on my location. You're being tracked.
7 miles so far.
And this is fucking tracking you too, but whatever. What else? Suggestions? Who got it? Who got one? High school and Jones Beach? Are you from Long Island? You know what's crazy? I went to high school in Long Island. That's crazy. I went to are you from Long Island? Where are you from? Belmore. I went to high school in Levittown. I went to MacArthur High School. I'm from the Bronx. I'm very famous in New York. I don't know if I told you that already. I'm from the Bronx, but I went to high school in Long Island. And I don't want to say a white high school, but I was the only non-white. There was a couple other like Latin kids, but they were from fucking wherever, like South America is gross. Yeah, they didn't speak English, and then there was 4 black kids in my high school, but there wasn't 4 black families. There was just a group home, and they all lived in the same group home. So it was, high school was weird, man. I learned a lot of cool white shit though. Like I know how to speak white. That's because that's how you're able to understand me. You gotta know white shit. You know what I mean? Like I would never come in here and be like, oh, Grease 2 is a better movie. Like, white people will fuck you up for that shit. That's like saying the N-word to black people. If you're like, I like Grease 2 better. They're like, what? High school's a weird place, though, man. Like, I wish you could go back to yourself in high school and be like, bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, everything you learn in high school is just to get out of high school. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, why do I gotta learn this? I'm never gonna use it. I'm like, you're gonna use it on the final test to get the fuck out of here. Just learn it for now and then forget it. We use algebra now, though, to get pussy, right? You ever use algebra, all right, if she has too many drinks, that's that's not good. But if she doesn't have enough drinks, she's not gonna. You know what I mean? So you got to be like, put some water in that one. All right, give me one more. Give me a wild one. What was it? Joey Diaz? I only met him once. My real name is Luis Diaz, so we might be related. Joe Rogan, you want Joe Rogan? I'll give you Joe Rogan. Yeah, I got it. Joe Rogan, he got beef with me for some reason. Okay, I didn't know I was gonna talk about this, but we're on the spot. So over COVID, I tour a lot with Dave Chappelle. I'm not trying to name drop, but we were at the what was that venue we were at? Stubbs. So we had like a little residency there. Some were with Dave Chappelle and friends. I was the friend, and then sometimes it was Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan. And one night, the road manager, the next day, the road manager calls me and goes, hey, you can't do the shows with Joe Rogan anymore. You can only do the Chappelle and Friends. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? What happened? Like, oh, no, he didn't like, it's like something you, it's like, this is bullshit. I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the show tonight and talk to him face to face. Because I don't like lingering beef. I like to deal with my shit, right? And they're like, no, don't come. He's fucking. So then we saw him like a couple months later in Vegas. And I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, man, I heard you had a fucking, an issue or something. And then he does that shit. You ever seen that shit when you walk up to somebody but they don't want to talk to you? So they like just kind of look away? He gave me the fucking look away. Joe Rogan gave me the look away. Like, that's how you know. Like, I don't want beef with Joe Rogan. Does anybody know Joe Rogan? Jeremiah, can you come up here? Do you know Joe Rogan? Give it up for Jeremiah, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Can you help me squash the beef?
I'll send him a text. I don't know if he's going to respond, but we'll see. I'll do my best. Guys, one more time for Cipha Sounds, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. This is fun.
Yeah, man.
I wish it was air conditioning, but it's fine.
Yeah, we are outside technically right now. Yeah,
this sucks.
Yeah, I wore a hoodie, and I'm like, I'm committed to this.
Fashion first, baby.
There we go.
Fashion first.
We got to do it. Yeah. Let's grab a suggestion, see what Cipha and I can do with it. Threesomes and getting older? Okay, perfect.
I never had a threesome.
I've never had a threesome.
Yeah.
They just seem like so much work.
Yeah. This guy I know, he had a threesome once, a good friend of mine, and this is kind of what turned me off to it. He met a girl, and they were cool, and then they're like, we should get another girl. And then the girl that he had didn't like the other girl, but they were like, fuck it, we'll still have the threesome. And he said he was having sex, he had a condom, and he was having sex with one girl, and then he went to go have sex with the other girl, and she's like, can you change the condom? I was like, oh, fuck.
I like the idea of a germaphobe in a threesome. Listen, before I know that we're bouncing around, but can you go rinse real quick between strokes? And also, I'm gonna need you to stay hard in the cold shower that you're gonna take right now. It's like, what? This threesome isn't fun at all.
Oh, fuck,
This is like a bad Nickelodeon game of Double Dare that I'm gonna have to rinse in the shower.
What's that slime? Oh, God, it's gross.
And that's why I wanted him to rinse. What else we got? Happy hour. Anything else? We can do happy hour, TikTok, and what else over here? Divorce. All right,
this crowd is sad, man.
Yeah, man.
Divorce.
Happy hour. I can't not stop thinking about drinking because my family is divorced. Do you have divorced parents or your parents still together?
No, my dad died.
Thanks for doing that. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you bringing up the divorce.
No, okay.
My parents are divorced, and you know what I'm saying? And then,
Your parents are divorced?
Yeah.
Does it lead to problems?
Yeah.
How old were they when you got divorced? How old were you when they got divorced?
I was later. For me, it's kind of later in life. They're doing their best to get the kids out of high school to make it happen.
Right.
And they couldn't quite make it happen. I was 17 when they got divorced.
Okay, but 13 to 17 was just a sad household. Just fucking.
Hey, man, I'm a comedian. You know what I'm saying? We work through our problems in different ways.
TikTok? Did you say TikTok? I'm a
Divorce TikTok.
Yeah. I'm addicted to TikTok. I watch TikTok while driving.
Do you?
Okay, I only got it because everybody was like, you should put your stand-up on TikTok. So I was like, all right, let me download it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He's like, you reach more people that way. And I got hooked. And then the way that they figure out your life through the algorithm, I don't know why this is, but my TikTok is just girls who have like horrible first date stories. Why? Who? They know me. Because I'm like, why is it just this? Also, I want just this. And like, oh, she's back. She had another fucking bad Bumble date. What happened?
Do you know what mine is? What my algorithm has catered to? It's catered to people washing cars.
What?
There's this weird. It's this thing where like, okay, it'll be an old car, and then it's like all gross, the leather, and then they're like. And then it shows a new strip of leather. You're like, there's new leather underneath that? And it keeps showing you like different parts of a car and a different part of a house that like they're cleaning. And I just like was in my bed last night. No, it's just ASMR like.
Yeah. I seen that.
And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And it calms you down.
Instagram Reels does not know me. It's just like dudes working out. And I'm like, I don't fucking work out. I don't want this shit. You seen the new workout one? Where it's like, keep my wife's name out your, and then the beat drops and it's like.
Give it over to Cipha Sounds, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you right now, it's an honor and privilege to do this show. Thank you so much, Jeremiah.
Another comic I absolutely love working with. Kelsey has an amazing special on Epix right now that you can check out. She has an amazing series called Risks of Fury that you should watch on YouTube. Please welcome my pal, Kelsey Cook, to the stage, guys. Come on.
Keep it going for Jeremiah, everybody, huh? I love when people say that I have a special out on Epix because that's like the Kirkland signature of Netflix, you know? And everybody, if I tell people I have one, so many times people are like, oh, you have a special on Netflix? And I have to say back to them, no, not Netflix, like 30 times a day. It's rough. It's bad. It's fun being the only girl on this lineup. I feel like if we, oh, thanks. I just feel like if we brought everybody out on the show together, we would just look like a really disappointing version of No Doubt. Or a weird porn shoot, you know? Cipha beatboxing in the back. All right. What suggestions do you guys have? Double mastectomy? Is this the second time that's been said? I feel like I've heard that 13,000 times so far this show. It is. Have you had it? Oh my God. Give it up for her. That's a lot to go through. Oh my God. No, I'm kidding. I'm just stripping. Good for you. That's incredible. Yeah, I applaud you. That is like a huge fear of mine. I love my tits very much. And one of my friends, she got a boob job. Are you going to get a boob job? No. Fuck it, right? I love it. You got a good vibe about it. One of my friends, you had a son. Your tits already served their purpose. You're like, he sucked them dry anyway. You're like, me, I don't need them. You were having the time of your life. I love it. One of my friends had a boob job, and she just told me that her tits just turned 6. Like they just had their birthday. She's like, they're going to kindergarten. I don't know if that's how that works. She also told me, can anybody like hear if they want to share? Does anybody here have fake tits? Have what? No? Josh has fake tits. She told me a fun fact. I don't know if this is interesting for anybody else, but apparently if you have fake tits and you go into a bathroom and you turn the lights off and you're in front of a mirror, if you put a flashlight, like a cell phone flashlight up to them, they glow in the dark. Not a fun party trick she shows everybody. It's kind of assault. It's kind of like, I don't know if you can keep doing that in this day and age, but she really goes for it. Any other suggestions? Foosball. Who said foosball? I love that shit. Do you know about Wrist Fury? Yeah, that's awesome. Jeremiah mentioned, so I know we're not supposed to do material. I won't really do material, but my parents met in a pro foosball tournament, and so that's like it's the entire reason I exist, which is so fucking sad, right? And they are divorced now because foosball is not the answer for love. That's not like how you build a lasting relationship. But yeah, I just went and competed in the Hall of Fame foosball tournament in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, baby. Thank you. My mom is in the Foosball Hall of Fame. How crazy is that? Isn't that the most like methy shit you've ever heard of, that there's a Foosball Hall of Fame? Went and had a great time. I should do another suggestion though, or else I'm just gonna want to do foosball material. Okay, who else?
Vacations.
Adderall and vacations. Oh shit, are you on Adderall right now?
Always.
Oh, always. Just, have you counted how many beams are up in the rafters since you've been here? I've never done I just feel like I would get addicted because it sounds like a better way to live. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't we all just do way better in life if we were all on Adderall? What are like the drawbacks?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, which is literally like why I would get on them. That's a big fucking bummer.
You concentrate on your whatever your high is.
You concentrate on your high?
If you're not having a good day, you're going to focus on that.
What a nightmare journey. That sounds absolutely not. So what's the upside? Why do you take it then?
If you're having a good day, it's great.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah, it's basically cocaine.
Make some noise if you have ADHD. Man, you blew your load so hard right into the back of her head. You thought everybody was gonna cheer for that. No one else did. I think I might. Do you feel like as you guys get older and more info comes out about ADHD, you're like, oh, shit. I think there's something wrong with me. I have a podcast called Self-Helpless, and we just did an episode on time blindness. Have you heard about time blindness? No. Okay. I'm going to make all of you, this is the problem with self-help, is that like you just think that you're wrong in every way now once you learn about self-help. Do you experience time blindness? Basically, time blindness is like you have no concept of time. Is anybody here always running late? All the time. Okay. Do you have a hard time remembering when something happened? Like always? See, maybe ADHD. If you have any Adderall, we would love to do some like a trick-or-treating situation after this. Maybe tonight's the night I just get fucked up on Adderall. Okay, let's do another suggestion. Halloween. And what did you say? Concerts. Oh, Christ. So I went to Washington State University in Pullman. It's a big drinking school. It's also like deeply white. It's just like in the wheat fields of Washington. And for our senior year entertainment, they brought Ludacris. And let me tell you, like that was one of my very first albums I got was it Word of Mouth? I feel like I'm not even allowed to say mouth. That sounded weird coming out of my mouth. But I loved that album so much. And I felt like so bad being in 7th grade, like having it. And so when he came, I was fucked up. I drank a bunch of Bombay Sapphire gin. Do not recommend. And he started rapping area codes. And when I tell you, so many just drunk white chicks going, I've got hoes, I got hoes, a different area codes. And you could just see him on stage being like, this was a mistake. Let's bring Jeremiah back up.
One more time for Kelsey Cook.
Thank you. I'm so sweaty. It's hot up here.
It's a little toasty.
It's balmy.
Yeah, it's a little musky up here.
It is musky.
Yeah. What kind of suggestions we got, huh? What was that? Moist? The word moist?
And constipation. That's a gross combo. How do you feel about constipation? How's your GI tract?
Well, you know, I have hemorrhoids right now.
Oh.
No, it's a common thing, I'm told. The doctor's like, oh, no, it's fine. Yeah.
I haven't had any before, but I do feel like the older I get, I hear more and more people having them.
I don't know.
How do you get them?
Ladies, is there any ladies in here with some roids?
Where my roid freaks at,
Yo,
huh?
where the roid
Where my
rangers out
roid
there? You
heads?
know what I'm saying?
Do you get it from pushing too hard when you poop?
No, I think for me, I think it's more of a stress thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think maybe I'm bottling everything up inside. Maybe I should yell at people more often. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it all inside.
Just
you know,
taking
it starts bubbling.
rage shits. Just screaming.
Yeah, I push my fingers into my eyes. Yeah. That's what I do. Like every public restroom. Like, hey, can I just stop in here for a second? It's a pain I feel. Yeah. Let's get another suggestion. What we got?
We wrapped that one up quick.
What is it? Skinny dipping. Ooh.
Oh, I have an embarrassing story.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have never actually skinny dipped, but something that was close to that. My 8th grade vacation. Did you guys have that when you graduated middle school? You had like a day where the whole school would go do a thing. So we went to a lake, and I was a late bloomer in terms of puberty, so I didn't get my period until 8th grade. And it was the last week of 8th grade when this trip was to the lake. So everybody's like in their cute little bikinis for the first time, and I wore a bikini top and giant basketball shorts because I wore a pad, which pad, terrible thing. But when you're a girl, they tell you the first time, don't use a tampon yet, just use a pad. And nobody told me that you can't get in water with a pad on.
Oh. Yikes. Even me as a guy, I was like, ooh, bad idea.
And so everybody jumped in, and I tried to be a part. It's, everybody's doing it. So I jump in my basketball shorts. That pad filled up with water so fast. And I am not a good swimmer. I was actively drowning myself. Just bleeding and dying, just bubbles. I panic gripped onto my friend's shoulder. I was like, I'm drowning, you have to help me right now. She's like, what's going on with you? I'm like, I have a pad on, it's pulling me underwater. She's like, oh my God. I got out, just a gallon of water is dripping from these basketball shorts. It was so horrifying.
I mean, that's literally a nightmare for a teenager.
Truly, yeah.
Like the ghost of a pad pulling you underwater.
Yes.
Just dying, just what lies beneath, just pad, just no, you're coming down here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ursula. Yep.
Yeah, I've got a weird pad story too. Yeah. I don't know why this always stuck with you. You know when your parents will throw stuff out, just irrationally, they just don't think it's gonna stick whenever they say certain stuff. Like when my sister was getting her period, my mom's like, "Don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you're getting yours late. Your nana had it when she was 10." I was like, "Oh my, why do I need to know about my nana's period?
10.
Why am I in the room during my sister's period talk right now?" Oh, Jeremiah is one of the girls. Just let him in on the.
And now every time you've seen your nana, you think,
I'm like,
I know when you started to bleed.
Yeah.
And that's not something you ever need to know.
It's a weird thing.
Eesh, sorry about that.
All good. One more suggestion. What do we got, guys? What was this one?
Car crash.
Car crash. You better.
I haven't been in one, but I did almost cause one because I got food poisoning in high school and I fully shit my pants in my family's car.
A full one?
I am talking.
How full we talking, Kelsey?
When Josh was up here and he was saying both ends, if you have food poisoning, it is always both ends. And my dad thought the smart thing to do was to try to transport me from my grandma's house where I was back to his house. And we had one of those cars where it's driver, passenger, and then the middle row, 1, 2, 3, and then one in the back. He made me the fucking nucleus of the car, and he put my siblings around me.
Oh no.
And 5 minutes into the drive, I just remember I was crying, and I just said, I'm really sorry, guys. And then I shit my pants.
What a thoughtful sister, you know what I mean? Just letting it go, looking guys, there's no time for me to get out of this.
There was no way, and it was 20 degrees in Spokane. It was dead of winter, and that's the only time you've seen a car with every window rolled down at midnight screaming down the highway. Just everybody's head up.
Guys, give it up for Kelsey Cook. I've been wanting this guy to do my show in LA for a long time. He's very busy. You can see him all over TV and film. Please welcome my pal, Curt Braunholter, to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Jeremiah Watkins! Give it up. Has anybody done their set from up here? No one has done their set from up here. Can I get over there? Look, if we have a DJ booth, why are not we using it? Is the cord gonna go? Yeah. Is it gonna go?
Let's go.
Welcome to my wonderland. This is what I say if this show was packed, you know, like really pumping. Welcome to my wonderland. Can you guys see me? Yeah. Great, let's fucking do it up here. I don't give a shit. Give me you know what? I'll get a suggestion and then I'll slowly walk down the stairs doing the bit, okay? Nice. Let's make it more hard. Give me a suggestion. Suicide? No. Next. What? Baseball? I was I don't know anything about sports. I know no thing about sports. I was raised by a single mom. She was a pediatric nurse. Give it up for pediatric nurses, motherfuckers. Ugh. And my mom, I grew up in Jersey too. And are you from Jersey? Yeah, where? Sorry. What? Edison? You guys don't understand. There are parts of New Jersey that are like unthinkable. There's a couple. There's the Oranges. There's Trenton, which has a sign. It's not even a sign. It's a full bridge that as you drive into Trenton, it just says, "What Trenton makes, the world takes." And then human beings live in that city. It's disturbing. And I still don't understand what the fuck it means. Edison is one of them. Also, is Menlo Park in Edison? Who knows? No, I'm thinking of Thomas Edison, which is Menlo Park. But my mom, I was raised by a single mom in Jersey in the 80s. And I specifically remember we would get fast food. We would get McDonald's or something. And I would finish them at like McDLT. And then we would just be on the highway, and then we would just roll the window down and throw all of it out of the window. That was a common occurrence in the 80s in Jersey. Did you guys do that in Texas? I feel like that's a Texas move too. No? Maybe there's nobody. All right, we'll see. Give me another one. Jury duty? Okay, great. I had jury duty in Brooklyn, New York, and I was sitting in the waiting room. You know, you have like a general waiting room, and they had a video playing. They had a video playing, and it was just the history of law. And then it started, I shit you not. The beginning of the video was, in the beginning, we didn't have law. So we would just throw witches into lakes. And then they just throw a woman into a lake face down. And that's how the video started. In 2002 in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, other suggestion. Phys ed. Phys ed? Okay. I went to Catholic school for all 12 years. I went to St. Catherine's in Spring Lake, New Jersey. And we had phys ed, and we had a phys ed teacher who was a woman who now I understand was definitely a gay woman who at the time I was just like, she's just like a man but a woman. I didn't understand it. And we had to do the physical fitness test, the president's physical fitness test, which is such fucking bullshit. It's insane. What 8-year-old is like, oh, pull-ups? Yeah, nailing them. An 8-year-old doing pull-ups? I'm a 46-year-old. I can't do a fucking pull-up unless I have a giant, like, rubber band pulling my body up. But we had to do like a set amount of sit-ups for the fucking Presidential Fitness Fest. Also, we never worked out in phys ed. Other than they were like, oh, there's this test. The president wants you to do it. It's today, and we do it once. And then you fail, and fuck you. The presidential fitness test is such a load of shit. Fuck anyone who came up with it. Anyway, so I'm doing sit-ups as like an 11-year-old, and no one wanted to hold my feet because I was a weirdo. And so the teacher was holding my feet, and her name was like, I don't know, Mrs. LGBT, and I was doing my sit-ups, and then I farted while sitting up, and then I was so embarrassed because I farted directly onto her. I closed my eyes and did the rest of the sit-ups closed, and then apparently she did not hear the fart, because then she was like saying, like, this is how you do sit-ups. Sometimes Kurt, he likes to close his eyes when he does sit-ups, and she thought that was so funny. And I was like, I fucking farted on you. Give me another one. Virginity. When I was 5 years old, I had this friend, Eileen Kelly. She was sisters of my like very good friend growing up was Francis Kelly. He was 2 years older than me. So his sister was 2 years younger than him. And at 5, I think I had an early sexual awakening. I don't know. But at 5, we had a tea set for some reason, and we went up into my attic. And then I love the 80s, where it was just like, who gives a shit? 2 5-year-olds in the attic for 4 hours by themselves? We'll figure it out later. Everybody's just smoking and drinking downstairs. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but it was a wand. It was a wand that had like musical like numbers on it, but it was like do you know what I'm talking about? And you would literally rub your hand on it. It would be like, yes. And it had a speaker on the bottom, so it kind of resembled like an incredibly phallic guitar. But it was just like a bulbous thing here and this. And then this was amazing. This was like an hour of sexual exploration. I have a 5-year-old right now. And to think that they've never done anything like this. To think that I did that as 5, I know everybody's getting uncomfortable. Fucking deal with it, all right? My 5-year-old ain't doing that because I don't let them go into a fucking attic for 4 hours by themselves. All right, this was 80s, the Jersey Shore, all right? I'm going into attics with another 5-year-old. We're gonna fucking feel each other's genitals, all right? And she would go into the closet and take her pants off, and then I would rub the thing. And this is why I love sex now, because the thing would make a beautiful noise when it was pressed against something. It would go, and then she would come out, and then I had an erector set that had little tires on it, little rubber tires, and then my erect penis, which was this big, she would put tires on my erect penis. And that is sex when you're 5 years old. Jeremiah, come on out, man. I have never told that story publicly.
Perfect. Good. Keep it going for Curt Braunholter. That's what this show brings out. Secrets. You know
Secrets?
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a deep panic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a deep panic. I don't think you understand what it's like for a stand-up to come up here and have nothing. Like, it is terrifying. If I wasn't as drunk as I am, I would hate this.
Keep it going for happy hours, right, guys? There you go. What do we got? We're going to take a couple of suggestions to close out the show. Biggest fear?
Biggest fear? What's yours?
Biggest fear, I think having, I don't know why, like having my head slammed into nails and it going through my eyes.
Whoa, specific. That is so crazily specific.
Yeah, it's a fear of mine, so please don't do that to me.
I don't know. I honestly, I've thought about this a lot. I don't know if I have any specific fears. And I know that sounds like I'm a psychopath. I might be. But I do remember a recurring dream I had as a child.
Okay.
Which was that I felt I was walking along essentially a bunch of squares on a sidewalk, and it was squares in suburbia. The squares were like made of, picket fences. I had a balloon, and then my head would just get squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And I went to therapy once for 1 hour, and I said, "What does that mean?" And she said, "It's a birth memory." What? And I said, "Therapy's not for me, that's crazy. But also, maybe it is." So I think my deepest fear is being birthed.
Dude, being birthed again?
Yes, being birthed again.
By your mom.
Get
Where
on
your
back in
head-
here, baby.
there it
We're
is.
doing round twos right now. Ah!
Wow, that's so weird and terrifying
Yeah.
that you have a birth memory of that. I feel like I blacked out like a lot of the early years of my childhood. Like people are like, "I remember when I was 5." I'm like, I have no idea. Like it's weird, yeah.
I had a lot of like upheaval when I was like 2.
Okay.
So from like 2 on, I have like just like flashes of memories.
Right. Yeah.
Like somebody vacuuming here, somebody doing this here. I killed a fish. It was a goldfish, and I remember looking at the floor and seeing a goldfish dead, and then my mom coming in and going, "What happened?" And I was like, "I was trying to pet him." And that's the only memory I have.
He was
of that.
mouthing off. I had to give him the 1-2.
I literally scooped a fish up, pet him until he died, and then dropped him on the ground.
Oh,
That's a 5-year-old. That's a 5-year-old.
Real Lenny of Mice and Men energy over here. Give me that fish. I just want to pet that fish real quick. Just let me pet the fish. I just want to pet the fish real
Is
quick.
that a Mice and Men reference?
It sure is.
Does anybody know it? All right. The only one I know is where there's a kitten being milked on the side of the road, or no, it's a human. All right, whatever.
Another weird dream is happening right now.
Maybe I'm not thinking of Mice and Men.
I don't know.
It's about the Dust Bowl, right?
Grapes of Wrath.
Grapes of Wrath! Okay.
Curt Braunholter, guys.
Thank you, Jeremiah Watkins, everybody!
Yeah.
Good day!
Did we have a good time tonight, guys? Keep it going for all the comedians you saw tonight. Curt Braunholter, Kelsey Cook, Cipha Sounds, Josh Wolf, and I'm Jeremiah Watkins. Thank you, Moontower. We love you. Have a great night.